reaction this week after several recent articles refer to President Obama's top advisor as everything from, quote, the Obama whisperer to a spy, even. Valerie Jarrett has been the focus of several recent articles in Politico and in the New Republic. So what's going on here? They say that the right hand to the president has too much control. New Republic magazine saying, quote, she went to whatever meeting she wanted to go to, basically all of them, and then would go whisper to the president. People don't trust the process. They think she's a spy, they wrote in that piece. So are the charges fair, or is Jarrett becoming the White House scapegoat? Joining me now with more on this is Fox News media analyst Howard Kurtz, host of Media Buzz. Howard, good morning. Great to have you here.
Good morning, Martha.
All right, so let's go through this piece by piece, because one of the charges that came out yesterday was that criticizing Valerie Jarrett is sexist, that she's being attacked because she's a woman. What do you think about those reports?
There is not a syllable of sexism in any of these pieces. This is a charge that's now being led by MSNBC's Mika Brzezinski, who says she's a friend of Valerie Jarrett, has appeared at the White House at forums with her, and the White House has embraced this. John Podesta, top official there, retweeting that Mika is right and this is sexist. Well, it's not sexist. Lots of male officials in various administrations have been the target of harsh criticism. We can debate whether the criticism is fair, but I don't see why there's any need here to play the gender card.
I mean, you think of John Sununu in the first Bush administration. You think of Don Reagan in the Reagan administration, both of whom were, said to be isolating the president to a certain extent. Whether or not that criticism was accurate, we don't know. But they got very similar criticism in those periods of time. So I fail to see how this is sexist in any way. I think it sort of undermines the power of her position to sort of point to that in many ways. But then the next question becomes the media pile on Valerie Jarrett, because this has all been out in the mix for a long, long time. Howard, people saying that, she was protecting the president, that he was insular because of her. Why now? Why are we getting all this from all these publications?
Because the Democrats just got creamed in the midterms, and this is an old Beltway media ritual, Martha, that when a politician's in trouble, you call for people to be fired, you call for scalps. I'm calling Valerie Jarrett the scapegoat in chief, and it doesn't really, it's not, if she resigned today, it's not like the administration's suddenly going to be revitalized. Now, she's been a lightning rod for a long time because she's a personal pal of the first couple, because she is seen as keeping the president in a protective bubble, because she clashes with other officials, because she comes off as a blind, loyal defender of her boss, and because she's been known to cut off outside activists who disagree. All fair game for criticism, but this notion, and the Political headline said, fire Valerie Jarrett, suggests that would be some kind of panacea. By the way, that Political piece written by a woman, so I think that further undercuts this charge of sexism.
Sexism charge is ridiculous in this. But, I wonder if there's internal politics that are sort of pushing this story, and whether there are people who work in the administration who are tired of Valerie Jarrett and who want her out.
No question about it. The knives are out for Valerie Jarrett. You can see in the New Republic piece, which was particularly well reported, a lot of unnamed administration and former administration officials taking all kinds of shots at her, saying her role is toxic. So clearly there's some score settling going on without people attaching their names to that. But I have to ask this question for those who say, oh, if she would just, go do something else, the White House would be such a better place. If she has too much power, if she keeps the president in a protective bubble, if she is just, not very good at the vision thing, who is it that sets that up? Who wants it that way? It's the commander-in-chief. Yeah. It's Obama who should be criticized for the way he structures his White House. If you think that the White House, which clearly has a lot of exhausted aides right now, probably does need some fresh blood, but it's the president who ultimately should take the blame. This whole idea of shooting at the aides, as I say, people inside the Beltway love to do this, but it's kind of a game.
Yeah, it's a great point. He has the people closest to him that he wants closest to him, and that's obvious. Howard, thank you very much. Good to see you this morning.